Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 man.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. The Grunge Bible podcast is entering its jolly season. This is episode 245 of the Grunge Bible podcast, and tis the season. We're getting into the holiday cheer, and we're very excited. My name is Ethan Jalloway. I'm joined by Chris Salona for another wonderful episode of the Grunge Bible pod. And it's December 1st. It's kind of nice when the pod releases on the first of the month. It feels like we have to, it's almost like, this is the biggest theme month of the year as well. So it makes you want to do something for it. So, we're just going to have fun, and we got a good month of podcasts coming up, I guess. We don't miss. We do. So
yeah, we don't
have to.
And we're ready for another month of hard hitting grunge rock analysis and opinions.
And you know what the people don't realize is, they probably do realize the holidays are so hectic, right?
Holidays are hectic for a lot of people.
Holidays are hectic for a lot of people. We're coming off the heels of Thanksgiving, and as they come, the 3 strange days of holidays. You finish work midweek, you got a holiday on a Thursday, you got a weird Black Friday, Blackout Friday, whatever. You got plans out the wazoo. Everybody's in town, wondering what you're doing. And anytime someone asked me if I was free, I'd just be like, I don't know. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time. You know what I mean? Nothing. There was no semblance of a good schedule, and it was tough. It was very tough to navigate.
Thanksgiving is tricky too, because it really is a short period of time. It's Wednesday to Saturday, basically, and then you kind of get your wits about you on Sunday, which we are recording on Sunday. This episode goes live in about 11 hours, so we're right up against it.
This is up to date.
Yeah. You can't make them any more up to date than this, unless we went live.
Yeah, exactly. There's something like you have a holiday, but it's immediately backed into the start of a holiday season, which is Christmas.
Yeah.
People were getting the Christmas trees. You got to get up your lights, and you got people the Black Friday shopping.
Speaking of, my annual holiday background is in full bloom right here. I got my Christmas tree all lit up behind me.
Right, and that doesn't just happen. You got to put in some work for that one. So
this morning, up bright and early, I had to go get the trees.
That's what I mean. So it's just, it's a busy time. But the nice thing is you got it up, and you got 25 days with your tree. We don't have our tree yet. I was actually going to ask my mom what the plans were, but
dude,
you're getting the full 25 days at least.
I leave mine up until last year. My mom's birthday is January 10th. And not for any particular reason that I leave it up until her birthday. That has nothing to do with it. But I always just remember, typically, I even have it up that late into January. So I might get 40 days with this thing.
That's a great idea, right? You put in a lot of hard work to get
to
keep it alive. If it's a real tree, right?
You better believe it, man.
It's a real tree.
Chopped
you gotta
down
water
this morning at 9:45.
Yeah, there's some nice things you do to it to make it look nice, and it's a shame to rip it down so fast.
There's people, they put them up 2 days before Christmas and they take them down the day after.
Right.
That's not what we're doing. We're going to be celebrating the Christmas season all month long here at Grunge Bible Podcast HQ. So I suppose before we get into it, you know what? Let's change things up a little bit. Before we check in earnest, we got some people that we need to thank. We're going to do that. We're going to start right here. Start the last month of the year with some words of thanks. So a huge thank you to all of the individuals that support us, whether it be just listening to the show, sharing it with a friend, leaving a comment, supporting us financially. It means a lot. Budgets are kind of tight around the holiday season because you got to buy, little Jimmy his monster trucks and everything and all those things. But, we're very grateful that people continue to support us, even when the wallets spread a little thin around this time of year, and we're very thankful for our top tier supporters on Patreon, and all of our supporters on Patreon. We thanked everybody by name for the Thanksgiving episode last week, and if you're interested in joining the ranks, you can navigate over to the show notes and click on that big old Patreon link, and you can choose your own adventure. $2, $5, or $10 per month, or you can give more or you can give less. The giving is what counts. It's the action that counts. So thank you in advance and retroactively for your support. And I would like to thank the top tier members of our Patreon as of Sunday night, November 30th, 2025. I would like to thank, starting way at the top, Abraham and Frank, followed by the Cracker Man. And I would like to thank Carlene Salona, Jamie Lynn, Doug Endy, What the Fuck Is Up Denny's, Nikki Six, Black Hole Sean, Seattle 4 Fanboy from New Jersey, Eddie Vedder Got Me Through My Second Divorce, Sherry Matthews, Gochu John, Russell, King Buzzle Stole My Hair, The Michael Dooley Project, Ultra Mega OK, A Bit Dusty, Heidi in Chains, Looking California, Feeling Minnesota, and Grits Likes Pasta. Thanks everybody for your continued support of this Grunge Bible experience.
Big week for Grits Likes Pasta with the holidays around.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any grits though. We weren't grits.
No, I neither had grits nor pasta.
Maybe that's a Christmas thing. Christmas grits.
Is grits? Does that have anything to do with holidays?
Yeah, I don't know. Grits.
Yeah. Why
grits
not? Yeah.
Easter. I think my family makes it around Easter and whatnot.
That's perfect.
Thank you, everybody. It is the giving season, so it's a good time to jump aboard. And maybe donate for 1 month. The next 4 weeks as we do this, as we continue the pod through the busy season. So help us out a little bit and become a member.
Yeah. So Ethan, let's check in. We're at the tail end of the Thanksgiving festivities. As we said, it's Sunday night. New week is coming bright and early tomorrow. But how are we feeling? What have we been up to? Some people seemingly they want us to get to the point on this podcast, but I think it's important to check in before we do that.
Yeah, I understand. I understand where they're coming from, but sometimes you can't. You gotta have the appetizer first. So, man, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's like I said, this weekend took it out of me. But I also like the last 36 hours. Like by Saturday at noon, I was pretty much back in my house and only went out to get food and do something else.
So you went into hiding a little bit.
Yeah, but the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stretch was something else. Nothing too crazy, just like a lot of people coming and going and just like figuring out what to do. And we played some golf outside. So it's like a lot of it got colder. It actually got a little snow today here in PA.
Nice.
Did you get any?
No snow up here. We may be getting some this week though. I think like Tuesday or Wednesday or something.
Yeah, of course. Last week there was December 2nd, you get 5 inches and it's gone down and down and down. And now I don't know, maybe we got it today and we're not getting it Tuesday, but yeah. I'm doing pretty well. Like, just, it can be a little overwhelmed at times with, gifts or bills and just, some of that stuff, but like, it's not that bad. I just had maybe it's just the Sunday scaries a little bit ahead of today, but other than that, man, I'm doing well. I got nothing to complain, nothing really to remark on.
Nice. That's pretty solid. Sunday scaries. I'm very scared right now. It's hitting hard for me. It was a really, really good holiday for me. Had some of the fellas back in town, and I definitely I got on the beers a little bit harder than I anticipated, particularly Wednesday night and Saturday night. But I was having a couple beers every single day at least. But it was great. Every
rose has its thorn, Chris.
Yeah, every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Yep. I think those are the lyrics. If not, sue me. I don't know. But yeah, it was really good. A couple of my friends that don't live around here came into town and, we hit up some dive bars, had some dive bar beers. Last night on Saturday, I went to the local pub that's like 2 blocks from my house and played pool for like 4 hours, and the touch tunes were flowing. Like I spent like $30 on touch tunes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And it was just us on the touch tunes. So it was, hook, line, and sinker. It had me, but it was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. Got some really good family time in as well. And the aforementioned Christmas trees, went and chopped them down this morning. I put mine up. I put my family's Christmas tree up at their house, and things are pretty good. I'm excited for December. It's going to be a busy month, but it's busy for all the right reasons to name drop another esteemed album. So things are good.
Good, man. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, I love the tradition of getting the tree. So I look forward to going out there. I've missed. I feel like I've missed a lot actually in the last 10 years. So I'm excited to be around for it and go help out.
Good to be back for those things. 100%.
Like you said, you got your tree and you got your your mom's tree, and then
Yep.
you guys said you helped your pop up too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they live in the same home, so it's just the
right.
one tree. But
Perfect.
It was fantastic. You know, some good bonding time with the the grandparents and the mother as well. So things are great. Yeah, we're pretty happy about that. You know, those routines and traditions are really important. And speaking of routines and traditions, or segments, if you will. For the first time in a while, Ethan, we've got a new segment coming to the Grunge Bible podcast for a limited time only in the spirit of the season.
We do. So we were obviously thinking about ideas and what we wanted to do for the next couple episodes. I mean, this time of year, we traditionally
mail it in.
Yeah, I don't want to say we mail it in, but there's times where, we're very busy and we get on and we talk, and, it just happens throughout the year. And we've had some good ones during this time too.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe, put us into a theme time. And we got 25 days of Christmas ahead of us. It starts on Monday. It's perfect. It's like right aligned. And I was like, let's do a Grunge Bible Advent. So that's exactly what I do. So I'm actually doing another Advent with my cousin, a bourbon Advent. So he is a huge bourbon fan and buys, and he's all part of the bourbon world, the buying, the reselling, and the groups and stuff. And he's been doing it for a couple of years. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's been doing it for a couple of years. My brother Quinn has been a part of it, where, he gets 24 different bottles. Well, he has a bunch from his stash, but 24 different samples, and he sends out, small 3-ounce bottles. We have, 24 of them. I got them over Thanksgiving. So I got one to have every night. And there's also a FaceTime call once during the time, and then I get together at the end of it. Yeah, so it's something that, and so Advent is I believe it's a German tradition back in the day, but it's to help build anticipation. And usually the kids, I mean, I remember growing up and counting down the days of Christmas and marking, and each day gave you something
the
different.
Advent calendar with the chocolates and everything, all those kind of things.
You have a little, if it's, sometimes it has little doors and you can open them, and there's little chocolates or little surprises. I think people do gifts, people really do 24 gifts at the small gifts and stuff, surprises. And I was like, we could do something like that.
Well, because we have to get
either that or
12
days of Christmas.
Saint Nick is on his way. We have to get prepared for him.
Exactly. It was either Grunge Bible Advent or 12 Days of Christmas, and I didn't feel like writing a song for 12 Days of Grungemas. Saint Nick is coming, which is so important. And if the real ones know Saint Nick.
Sunday night and the weekend's fading.
Oh my gosh, dude, I could use that right now.
Apartment with the Monday flood waiting.
Holy cow! I need to be reading that later tonight before I go to bed. That's so good.
Our annual reading on the podcast will occur probably a little bit closer to Christmas. But
yeah, it'll definitely come in line with this Advent calendar that we're doing. So we have comprised of 24 different grunge related, 90s related, nostalgia based, just something that, maybe a little surprise. Yeah, little gifts, just a little fun thing that you can envision yourself as a young kid in the 90s receiving, maybe in the 2000s. We have a lot of different age groups listening and whatnot. So
hopefully for everyone.
Hopefully it just gets you in the Christmas spirit, just some things that, would cheer you up if you were going through December, whether as a kid or a single adult or, a father or mother, whatnot. So we're just going to try it on for size and see what happens. And you know what, if it doesn't work, if it really doesn't resonate with anybody, then, we won't do it next year, but we're going to give it an honest go here.
Absolutely.
And without further ado, I think I'm going to start with the first one.
Yeah,
Chris.
Ethan, let's get into the first day of Grungemas here. What is the gift for the first day of Grungemas?
So it is Monday, December 1st, and the Grunge Bible Advent. We get to open up the door, and there is a little Tad Doyle figurine. And what do you know? He's holding a chainsaw, just like the classic photo of the band that you see all around. And we thought, everybody's getting their Christmas trees ready. They're tagging them and they're cutting them down. And you just won. You just won the once in a lifetime opportunity. Tad Doyle is going to take you to the tree farm, and he's going to help you cut down your tree. And lo and behold, while you're hanging out with him, you were a little intimidated by him before.
It's Tad Doyle.
Yeah, it's Tad Doyle, and you find out that he's really just a big teddy bear. His real name is Thomas, and he has just a love for trees and all things arbor. And you get to cut down the tree, and you actually learn a lot about him and his life, and you made a friend for life. So Tad Doyle bringing in December 1st, helping us get our Christmas tree set up in the Grunge Bible hall, if you will. That's what we'll call it. It's like a hall, a church, a Grunge Bible church.
A Legion Hall.
Yeah.
A VFW post.
So the first figurine that you're going to put, if maybe we can get, it would have to be, I guess, AI generated, but I'll type in I'll make figurines of all of these things so we could put them into a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So Tad Doyle is holding a chainsaw is the first one. He's got a Christmas tree with all of our names on it. So we're just outfitting our house and outfitting our imaginative story. I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's pretty.
I thought
great.
that was pretty good. I mean, who
I
else?
like the first day of Grungemas is pretty.
Who
good.
else would you want to cut down a tree with out of the grunge world?
Not me. I did it today. Questions. I mean, the people that helped me cut it down, I'd rather them have been Tad Doyle. So it's pretty good.
Awesome.
It's time for the second day of Grungemas. So, you got your tree up on day 1, and day 2, it is December the 2nd. And you open up that little calendar. There's a little miniature drumstick in there with some information because December 2nd is Eric Lederman's birthday. And surprise, surprise, on the second day of Grungemas, you get the invite to Eric Lederman's birthday. You get to enter the birthday zone with him. There's probably going to be a lot of metal going on, a lot of drum talk, and any musician that you end up bringing up in conversation, Eric somehow has a story about how he either saw them live or he had a nice hang with them at one point. And it is a lovely evening of merriment celebrating Eric's birthday. His actual birth year is redacted, but he's somewhere under the age of 50. So happy birthday, Eric Lederman.
So if you're in the 90s, you would have hung out with him when he was a teenager or 20-something-year-old. Congratulations. And it would have been amazing. Oh man, I need to be around the Lederman for one of his birthday, maybe his 50th, unless it's already passed.
If it's coming, man.
All right, day 3, and so sadly, we don't have a pod for every day. So if you want to pause this until the next day, if you want to pause this and come back to it on December 3rd, you can. But December 3rd, wake up super excited. Your mom says, "Let's open up the Advent." Open it up. There's two tickets. And the man's holding them, and there it is. Doug has ticks.
Dude, Doug, he's got tickets.
It's Wednesday, December 3rd, and Doug has ticks. 2 tickets to could be Puddle of Mud, could be Helmet, could be the Lemonheads. They're a band that you
could
like.
Could even be Tonic.
Yeah, it's a band that you know of and you like. They're not your favorite band. It's not a must see.
Because that would be weird if the Lemonheads were your favorite band.
Yep, it's a small enough venue. You know it's going to be an intimate show, and you're very busy, but you also don't want to miss out on an opportunity. And you do respect his music taste, and he hasn't taken you a bad show. So what else do you have to do? But you're going to a concert. So Doug has ticks, brings 2 free tickets on December 3rd. I believe he's always got tickets. I think he said something about the Foo Fighters are playing August, and he's like, I might have some extra tickets, just
He doesn't even need to say at this point that he might. Like, we know that he does.
Yeah. I know he said that. I was like, oh yeah, he definitely he's bought.
Quit being modest. Like, we know you have the tickets.
He bought tickets for the family, but he didn't ask the family if they were available to go.
And surprise,
he may have to be in Germany for work or something.
Yep, he's got tickets.
Yeah, just a great human being. Shout out Doug. He's gonna get a lot of airtime recently. So
Ethan, I'm gonna let you double up and take the 4th day of Grungemas, because I still don't understand this gift, but maybe if I were to receive it, I would gain enlightenment.
Well, this goes back to this is a early, I think 94 is when it came out, because that's also when Home Alone 2 was being released. And if I'm not mistaken, and I wasn't around for the craze, but I did look up like the most sought out Christmas gifts as a kid in the 90s. And the Talk Boy was number 1. And they actually paired the release of the Talk Boy in the US with Home Alone. So the ads that were coming they use Macaulay Culkin and the movie, like scenes from the movie to it's like be like Kevin in Home Alone. So you wake up and there's a little
Some
talk boy in there.
classic product placement in movies.
Yeah, the talk boy. It was all the rage, man. This is before cell phones and all that stuff. And now you have an audio recorder that you can play back. You can change the sound, slow it down. And, in the movie, he uses it to, fend off the
intruders.
But yeah, whatever their names are, I can't remember now. I'm blanking. I do. Home Alone's is one of my favorite movies to watch.
I've never seen the second. I've only seen the first. Yeah, I've never seen.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, so you have no frame of reference.
I'm like a child who wanders into the middle of a movie.
You're a kite without a string, dude.
Oh yeah. So that's the fourth day of Grungemas. And
the talk boy. Yeah, you get the talk boy.
Children who wander into the middle of the movies. You've got your new talk boy. You had a killer Lemonheads-esque show on the 3rd. You might still be a little hungover from Eric's birthday. But on December the 5th, the 5th day of Grungemas, you open up the little calendar, and there is a very, very miniature paper Dunkin' Donuts cup. And that can only mean one thing. Good Will Hunting released December 5th, 1997. So with the aid of a time-traveling machine or some really strong smelling salts, the 5th day of Grungemas teleports you back to 1997 on the 5th. And your stepdad wants some good old-fashioned bonding time, and he's taking you to the premiere of that new movie, Good Will Hunting. You heard some guy that you've never heard of before. Elliott Smith is doing the soundtrack. Your dad's into a bunch of weird stuff, and he's a big Robin Williams guy, so he's got to go see this film. And what better way to bond than to uncork and unravel some childhood trauma and defense mechanisms on the big screen with your stepdad. So you get tickets for you and the stepdad to go and see Good Will Hunting. Nice quality time. Your dad had to pop out for a couple of cigarette breaks here and there in the movie, so he missed the Sean McGuire story about missing Game 6 of the '75 World Series. But you fill him in later. And this movie has a very big impact on you as you continue, certainly through the rest of Grungemas, but also through the rest of your life. And from that day forward, you find yourself interjecting Good Will Hunting references into just about every conversation you have.
You were there when it happened.
Oh yeah,
incredible. And yeah, that is a This Day Music, and we're gonna do a little bit of that later.
Crossover event.
But this did happen on December 5th. It was released then in 1997. So yeah, I mean, this is like a 4-dimensional reading. Like, you take yourself back in 1997. What I mean? Picture yourself in these moments, like this next one, the corduroy jacket. So you open it up and there's not a little corduroy jacket, but your grandfather has now gifted you his old corduroy jacket because you saw Eddie Vedder wearing and you thought it was super cool. So this is where, you're a 90s kid right now, and you've always wanted a corduroy jacket, and your pop-up had one, and you said Eddie Vedder has one. He's like, who the heck is Eddie Vedder? You're like, oh, he's the singer for Mookie Blaylock, and they just changed their name to Pearl Jam, and
they're never going to catch on.
And what do you know? He's like, you know what? I want you to have this. And he gives you his old corduroy jacket. It's not too old. It's not like,
but it's got some history to it.
But it's got some history. Like it's still, you can still wear it. You're not just wearing your granddad's jacket to school, but you have a corduroy jacket, and you couldn't be more excited because it's all the rage. That and flannels are really taking over. And there is rumors that there's a song out there called Corduroy that maybe may go well with your attire.
Could be coming on the way. It's a pretty killer first 6 days of Grungemas, but as we round out on December the 7th, you open up that little calendar and you just started getting into playing music, so like your buddy already decided to pick up the bass, somebody's drumming and you're never going to be as cool as the drummer. So usually if there's one thing you can add, you can have a couple of different guitarists. So you open up that calendar and there's a tiny, tiny little guitar pedal in there, and you get to celebrate Super Fuzz Big Muff, and the great Advent Grungemas calendar grants you your first ever pedal, and it's a fuzz pedal, so you can rip on the guitar like Mark Arm.
Well, there's 3 things, Chris. There's the debut album, Super Fuzz Big Muff, a pedal, Super Fuzz, and then the Big Muff pedal. So you get 2 pedals and the debut album, the Super Fuzz Big Muff bundle. You get all 3, and you can't believe it. You got your first Yamaha bass, and you're ready to muck it up and to muff it up, and I did a quick search on the Big Muff, and I don't know if this is true, but it it's too much of a coincidence, but apparently the Big Muff pedal was developed by this Japanese company called Honey, and I just think that it makes so much sense. Apparently, Mudhoney was named after a movie, but I think that they wanted to mud up the Honey pedal, the pedal by Honey, and I don't know, Mudhoney. I think it has a lot to do with the pedal name.
Oh yeah,
the pedal
always does, man.
So that rounds up the first 7 days of Grunge Bible Advent.
It's pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited for.
Not bad. I think it's only going to get better from here.
I mean, the gifts only increase. You know,
the gifts get better.
The bar was set high on the first day with Tad Doyle helping you chop down your Christmas tree. Nobody lost a finger either, which was good. So, stay tuned for next week for the next series of small gifts here around.
And in the new year, we're gonna release an Advent calendar for next year.
For all 365 days.
No, just for Christmas 2026. We're gonna be selling Advent
we're gonna
calendars.
be selling them. Okay, we're gonna be hawking merch. I like that. That's pretty good.
That would be actually incredible. That's the magnum opus of merchandise for this enterprise for sure.
Absolutely, man. That's pretty good. So now it's time to get into this day in music as we continue on with this show. And we cherry picked a couple. We mentioned some of the This Day in Music events a little bit earlier as a part of Grungemas, Adventmas, Bibleness. But we're going to go back to December 1st, 1991, and back to the fledgling era of Alice in Chains. And, they were starting to make it big there at the time, and they were touring with Van Halen. But Jerry Cantrell made a grave mistake, so he made a big mistake, and you had to see it once his way. Due to a scheduling error by his own hand, which the scheduling error in question was the fact that he thought there were 31 days in November instead of just the 30. He was on a hunting trip, and they had a gig in Memphis opening for Van Halen on December the 1st. And he woke up, on December 1st thinking it was November 31st. And he's like, this is great. I still have another day of hunting, and I don't have to get to Memphis yet. But because there is no 31st day of November, he ended up missing the show. And Alice in Chains, they were unable to play that opening slot for Van Halen on December the 1st, 1991 in Memphis. But, not the first person to miss a show. Probably not the first person to think there were 31 days in November, but I wonder if he probably never made that mistake again.
And you think this is 1991, so if he's out hunting, if he's at the cabin, I mean,
you can't reach him.
You can't reach him unless you go there physically. So Jerry's out there having a time, and he lost track of time. And what happens to the best of us. So
do you think
that's a great story?
Yeah, like if he's at the hunting cabin, for example, like missing out on the opportunity to play in Memphis.
Hopefully he got something.
I'm gonna create some lore here. I'm gonna lie and say that this was the genesis, like 10 years prior, the genesis to the song "Cut You In," because the opening lyrics are, "I like to sit, do nothing at home. I disappear, turn off the phone. I lose myself, hide from the sun. I make a trip when I'm out of fun."
That's awesome.
He turned off the phone, man.
He turned off the phone, dude. That's great.
I want to start doing that. Sorry, man. I took the phone off the hook.
I mean, it's so important. We won't get into that. There's so many. We don't need to get into that. It sounds like a great idea.
Here's the thing, though. Like, people are unavailable all the time.
People are unavailable all the time. It's the new fad, I think, too. It's totally
like actual unavailability, like emotional unavailability, like all of those things are in now.
If 2025 was the year of watching, then I think that 2026 is the year of unavailability. I think so. I think it's going to be a hit.
Yeah. Well, watching has had a couple of strong years here recently. Yeah.
Watching was big in the 80s,
watching,
90s
observing,
a little bit.
Waiting.
Waiting.
Commiserating.
Yeah. Yep. I think, but I don't know, man. Unavailability that's
could
good.
Be the key.
Unavailable. Yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it. When we make our final decision of what we decide 2026 to be, that's going to be in the running.
It's a strong contender. Unavailability.
Okay. 1997. This one's important. We have a world record on our hands.
Oh yeah.
So, Kenny G. That's all I have. I don't know. Do you know his last name?
G.
Kenny G You heard it here first. Kenny G set a world record when he held a note on a saxophone for 45 minutes and 47 seconds, which is just absolutely crazy. The record has
Kenneth
since
Bruce
been broken.
Gorlick.
Oh, Gorlick. That's
Gorlick,
good.
man.
The record has since been broken by Giovanni Escalante, who held the note for 1 hour and 30 minutes and 45 seconds, using a technique that allows him to blow in and breathe simultaneously. This is known as circular breathing. I remember hearing about circular breathing when I was in, the band camp or in the band, marching band back in the day, and I didn't know how that was possible. And it still blows my mind. And I think that an hour and 30 minutes of playing one note is simply ridiculous and over. Could you imagine?
There's no need.
I mean, it's just a world record. I mean, it's very impressive, but that is
it though?
Is it impressive?
My hot take, I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
What would impress you? 2 hours?
No, I think you got to go 4 hours. I mean, this is you ever hear the world record for the longest plank being held, and it's something egregious. It's 22 hours or something like that.
He can eat and drink during that time. This dude can. He's huffing on a piece of pipe.
But he can circularly breathe.
Yeah, he can breathe.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by 45 minutes. I'm not impressed by 90 minutes. I think you got to go over 3 hours for me to be impressed.
Do you think he did it all standing? Do you think he just stood for an hour and a half in one spot?
I would think so. I feel like that might be a component of, circularly breathing effectively. I feel like sitting down. I mean, that's singing sitting down can be challenging sometimes relative to standing up. At least that's what they tell me.
Yeah, that's what they say. I know what you're saying. I know where the skepticism comes in, that this is not. I don't know.
That's another trait, I think.
90 minutes, 45
big
minutes.
For 2026, skepticism and cynicism. I think those could be a big year for them in 2026.
Yeah.
So I'm just testing it out right now. I'm not impressed.
Well, and last year was also the year of not lying, and
that's true.
I kind of want the opposite of that, like folklore, or fantasy.
What's your source? I made it up.
Exactly. I mean, 45 minutes is definitely the second guy, Giovanni. He did not think that was impressive, and he just decided to simply double him up almost exactly. That was intentional.
That was totally intentional. You know what that's like? When Alex Rodriguez signed with the Texas Rangers in 2001, he signed for $252 million, and that was exactly double the previous record for the most lucrative contract in sports history, which went to Kevin Garnett with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he doubled it up exactly. These guys knew what they were doing. Mr. Escalante, there's no surprise. There was no accident about that.
Very petty, but also
I think so. Pettiness, that's another thing that I think is going to be in.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good contenders.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be great. We have one more event on this day in music history. On December the 1st, 2006, the vaunted outlet GQ magazine named Kid Rock and Pamela Anderson as the newlyweds of the year. The only issue is that by the time that magazine issue reached the newsstands and shelves worldwide, they had already gotten divorced. But then again, kind of not shocking, but also not shocking because it's Kid Rock and Pamela Anderson. But additionally too, Ethan, this is very important. People break up all the time.
They do.
So I don't see what's so remarkable about this.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, people break up all the time. People get divorced. People have kids out of wedlock. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking.
Yeah, the numbers are what they are.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know that they actually got married. I knew they were together.
Yeah, they were only married for a couple of months.
Right.
And one time I watched a Kid Rock interview, and he's like, because he never married after that, and he's like, it's the one thing I learned. He's like, I'm not going around Hollywood looking for love. He's like, you touch a hot stove, you don't touch it again. So wise words from Robert Ritchie.
You get burned once, you're done.
That's it.
I mean, marriage is, I think, very, it's a big commitment. I not to disparage marriage at all.
Hot take, marriage is a big commitment.
Hot take, marriage is very intimate and I think it is a very loving thing. But in the words of in Hollywood world, would you even tell people that you were married for 3 months? Does Kid Rock ever even talk about that? If his next wife, or if he's had married for 25 years, do you even bother to say I was married twice? If it's under 4 months,
I think you have to.
I feel like a year. Like if it's under a year, like I mean, or maybe 6 months. If you go like 7 or something, like you got to bring it up. But like if he's like dating, do you even bring up that you were married? I mean, I guess you have to.
I think you
that
have
would be
to.
like,
I mean, it's a contract that you signed. You know, there's a record.
There's records
like, of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of records out there.
People make records of things all the time.
People love a record. They love receipts. Oh man. So yeah, that's it. That ties up this day of music. Like you said, Good Will Hunting also came out in 1997. So wanted to bring that up.
December 5th. Yeah, we'll be celebrating that on Friday.
And Eric Liederman's birthday. Those are the two current ones that were included in the Advent. So thank you. I think that went over pretty well. And like I said, it's going to be better every time. Great reviews. Some decent this day of music. I love the hunting trip one. That was solid. So
yeah, that was pretty good. There is one additional thing that we are going to be talking about here, and we tend to, anytime this comes up in the calendar, we do make a note of this and spend some time talking about this individual and commemorating, his impact on us and our experiences with the music and the impact of this event at the time. But this week, December 3rd, which will be it'll be Wednesday, this marks 10 years since Scott Weiland passed away. He died December the 3rd, 2015 at the age of 48. And as we've said before, each time this comes up, Ethan, this was really the first like grunge adjacent loss that we were actively fans for, because I mean, neither of us were really cognizant or alive. Neither of us were alive when Kurt Cobain died in 94. We were too young when Lane passed away in 02. But, I remember this year, 2015 was a big year for us, and the seeds of Grunge Bible had already taken hold in the soil, and this was the point where all throughout 2015 we were sending music back and forth, and it started just with music in general that we were kind of digging at the time, but then it really zeroed in on grunge that fall, and you start with Pearl Jam, and then you go to Soundgarden, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all those things, the side projects, but then obviously because of the time and place that the Stone Temple Pilots made their claim and got really popular, that's always grouped in there. So I remember at the time, we were starting to get into some of their bigger songs, like Big Empty was a big one for us, Vaseline, obviously Plush, Creep, all of those songs. And we were really starting to get into the music, and Scott Weiland, he had been a couple of stints in STP, the Velvet Revolver thing, but at the time he was touring solo, and he had a different band, and he passed away on the road, and I remember this was we were in pretty constant contact about music, but then when he passed away, I remember it was my first semester at Iowa State, and I think it must have been a Thursday or a Friday. It was the end of the week. I was kind of getting ready for my final exams and everything for that semester, and this is the first music loss I think that I experienced that I felt a particular way about, and I can't believe it's already been 10 years, both in terms of how long we've been without Scott, but also just like how much time has gone by, like even in our own lives in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I was 21. You were 19. I mean, we were fresh off the heels of transferring and being in a new school and knew everything. And I just think that was a very formative time for us. That's why the music really set in. And we were just like, taking a lot of music and having a lot of conversation around it. And this was, I don't know. Yeah. This was before everything really kicked off with social media and whatnot. Like it was still pretty, I don't know.
Yeah, we hadn't created Grunge Bible yet, for example. We that came in early 2016. But I mean, Scott was just obviously such a special presence on stage, such a great songwriter, and even the stuff outside of the Stone Temple Pilots, some of his solo stuff, his first solo record, 12 Bar Blues, is something that I've spent so much time with the STP stuff and even the Velvet Revolver stuff, so I've started to kind of spread my wings in the past couple of years into some of his solo stuff and whatnot. And when the holidays come around, I always I always think of Scott a little bit more maybe than perhaps I do throughout the year, because of the anniversary of his death being so close to the holidays. But also, I'm an enjoyer of Christmas music, and a lot of people put out holiday albums, Christmas albums, and whatnot. But Scott Weiland put one out in 2011 called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And he does some really, really great renditions of Christmas songs, new and old. And, you know, they always find their way into my rotation around this time of year. You know, I'm kicking off, you know, as soon as December hits, I start listening to Christmas music a little bit more. And I really quite enjoy some of the stuff that he did, you know, with those songs. And that just speaks to his versatility. I mean, the fact that like he could go on, you know, a late night show and play a Christmas song in a suit. And he's the same guy, you know, who's shirtless with a megaphone, and, you know, he's got red hair and he's singing, you know, Where the River Goes or Cracker Man or something like that. I mean, you know, we talk about the versatility that a lot of these artists had. And certainly so many of them have such a wide breadth of versatility, but I think vocally, I mean, Scott was in a league of his own, I think, in all of the different things that he was able to accomplish with that voice. And, you know, that latitude, like there wasn't any area that he explored that it felt, that it didn't feel genuine. Like he just seemed so comfortable in any sort of medium, you know, in any sort of genre, which is really impressive. And, you know, that always is something that I think about with him.
Yeah, he was extremely talented. We talked about that a ton here, and this really could stretch all genres. And I'm interested and excited to listen to that Christmas album that you're talking about. I think I really do enjoy when artists make a Christmas album. Sometimes people don't like it, right? There's a lot of people that don't. They think it's, you know, cliche and just another reason to, I don't know, get in the studio. But that's what it's all about, getting in the studio and doing something a little different, and you get to really challenge yourself. So I have no doubt that album is going to have just, you know, and it's a good time to be, you know, say vulnerable and like lo-fi, and allow for some different sounds to come through and have the spotlight. So I'm excited to listen to that. I don't think I have listened to it, unless you've sent some stuff to me over the years, but I have no doubt it's going to be really good. And yeah, he's, you know, it comes up obviously every year. I can't believe it's been 10 years. And he is so talented every time that we have the chance to talk to him and listen to him when he comes on the radio. I mean, it's a no, you know, there's definitely songs that you skip on the radio. Usually when STP comes on, you know, someone's saying, this is a great song, and you're going to listen to the whole 3.5 minutes. There's how many times you pass them when they come up randomly like that. So we'll be doing that this week. Definitely putting some on.
Yeah, absolutely. Something else that's definitely worthy of a mention. So on the 3rd, on the 10th anniversary of Scott's death, Scott's son Noah is actually doing a commemorative show. He's teamed up with Jacob Noel, Bradley Noel from Sublime's son, and they're going to be doing a tribute show. Noah Weiland presents 10 years of Scott Weiland's legacy, and it's going to be in Orange County out there in California. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the sights and sounds for that. You know, we've heard Noah sing some of, you know, the STP songs or the Velvet Revolver songs, and it is a really cool tribute, and, you know, certainly around this time of year.
That's so cool. I remember I did see that. Now you bring that up, and I'm excited to hear him with Jacob. Jacob's making some great music, and you know, carry on the sound of his father, Bradley, and man, he's got some great stuff. So it's gonna be really interesting to see them work together. That's pretty exciting to hear. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, additionally, as we mentioned in Grungemas and as well, Ethan, I have one question for you. Are you going to be having a viewing of Good Will Hunting around the anniversary?
You know, this is a big movie month, Chris.
It is, yeah.
You know, there's a lot we got to watch.
It's just getting cold enough too, and it's dark enough out that
dark early enough.
You get home, if you have 2 hours before you got to go to bed, like it's just instant movie. Like you just got to do it.
You always have 2 hours.
Oh yeah, you do.
You always have 2 hours. The thing is, if you get caught on your phone and you don't start it, then you lose the 2 hour window. But you can find 2 hours. Like, and yeah, I think the Good Will. As soon as we were talking about it, I literally thought to myself, I was like, I need to watch it this week. Oh yeah. I mean, we did a Big Lebowski episode a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a December episode, I believe.
Oh yeah, White Russians. So I mean, you got all the Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Story. You know, we got a lot of movies to watch, and people are home and off work, so no better time, dude. Get some hot chocolate, get some popcorn,
get some White Russians,
dude. Sounds great. We need to do that, Chris. I think we have a few.
Oh yeah, we absolutely do. I haven't had a White Russian since we did that episode, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I haven't had one, so might have to. We should maybe we should get together. I know we'll see each other in a couple of weeks for the Front Bottom show, but we gotta have a movie staging.
Let's we'll talk off camera on some plans.
Let's connect. Let's touch base.
let's get my people talk to your people.
Yeah, let's work on these deliverables here and deliver these key resuls.
Awesome. Well, I think that wraps up another episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time to listen. We're going to get you through the holiday season. Don't you worry. We'll have episodes each week, and we're going to try to keep it fresh. And we'll keep the Advent going, and who knows? We're just going to get festive with it, and it'll be a good time. So, low pressure here in the Grunge Bible as we finish out the year.
100%, man. Shall we leave the people with some songs of the week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, I guess I'll go first, and the one song, and that I'd like to pick out is off of a Christmas album. Better time. Yeah, No Better Time to, I was listening to it today on the way home, and Delicate Steve has a Christmas album.
Yes, he does.
And it's pretty great. It's very interesting. Like, it's good, obviously. And he has the last song on his album is Frosty the Snowman, and it's about 14 and a half minutes long. And you would be surprised how much jamming that happens on this Frosty
that you can do within the confines of Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, like the drums are just hammering away in the back as he's like playing slide guitar and just kind of ripping all over it. And
it's huge.
It is quite the arrangement, and it's really fun. And I know that when he released this, he definitely had a few Christmas concerts, and it would have been so much fun to be there. Like the album consists of, Silent Night, Away in a Manger, Silver Bells, A Little Town of Bethlehem, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, White Christmas, The First Noel, Little Drummer Boy, and then he follows it up with Frosty the Snowman.
That's a heater.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you said, you would not expect so much slide guitar on The First Noel, but it's there. It's pretty fun. So this song is
twist on an old favorite.
Yeah. I hope you like it. So it's pretty fun, and it's worth a listen. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've never listened to Delicate Steve's Christmas music, so maybe at midnight, as soon as December 1st begins, I'm gonna officially ring in the holiday season. And
you think you'll be up at midnight
let
tonight?
That go for a rip. I don't know. I might. I mean, it's 8:07 right now. I want to watch a movie. Runway here. Yeah, exactly. It's like here I am, overtired and exhausted, and like I woke up a little hungover today. I'm like, I really need to catch up on my sleep. But y'all mind if I watch 2 movies and get down with a little Delicate Steve at 1 a.m?
I want to watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie and then put on a new album.
Oh yeah, dudes rock. You got to do it.
Dude, there's something about taking control of the night and settling in for 2 hours of couch time.
Oh yeah,
you just go to bed.
It's so good.
And falling asleep on the couch. There's something romantic about it.
It's a rite of passage. That's fantastic. I am going to submit a song of the week. The band has been heavy on my mind the last several weeks, honestly, and it's come to a crescendo with the 49th anniversary of The Last Waltz, which occurred November 25th, 1976. So we celebrated the anniversary on the page. I was listening a bunch on Thanksgiving because the 25th was Thanksgiving back in 1976, and I have just been absolutely obsessed with a couple of tracks from The Last Waltz, but in particular, I can think of none better to put on the song of the week list, and I did play it on the Touch Tunes at the pub last night. The Last Waltz performance of Up on Cripple Creek. Now, this one is very important because by the end of it, Levon and the gang engage in the extended outro yodel. And like the boys are just yodeling for like a minute and a half. It's so
Let the
great.
men yodel.
Yeah, and then like the best part about it too is like they're yodeling and like in line with what the studio album is. Then there's like a little bit of breakdown on the drums, and Levon's drumming the whole time, and his voice just has so much feel, and it's just unbelievable. And then you think the song's done, and he hits a little breakdown, and like he's singing, he's like, "I sure wish I could yodel," and then he just keeps yodeling for like another minute. It's so awesome, and it's been one of those songs for me lately that I'll play it, like I'll cue it up once on my shuffle or whatever. Like if I'm in the car, I'm like, you know what, like I need that again. And I just restart it and I just restart it and restart it. And there's no end in sight. I've just been hammering the last waltz, but particular that Up on Cripple Creek performance. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Amazing.
So we're gonna add that one to the add it to the list. I'm on the list, baby girl.
Wow, incredible.
It is pretty incredible.
2 great ones.
Absolutely.
So thank you everybody again, and buckle up because we got Christmas is upon us. We got 25 days. New Year's is right around the corner, dude. Let's get your ducks in a row. Get out there, do your shopping now.
Have you started, Ethan?
No, that was one of the goals that I was supposed to do today. Actually.
Yeah, I haven't started either. I always give
I have
myself
some ideas though, which is good.
Okay, that's half the battle. That's like when we're trying to do a podcast. Like if we have a topic, the episode's basically done.
Yeah, exactly. And technically, my brothers want me to go in on a present for our parents, so that is kind of taken care of if I accept.
Yeah, I love a good collaborative gift like that because the it's a lot easier, obviously.
It's usually a better gift if it's,
oh yeah,
you combine the finances. So
yeah, big time.
All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.
Rock and roll.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hanser.